Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Star and Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what people brag about you. So people that know you and they're like bragging about knowing you, something along those lines, what they brag about, okay? So please be aware that this is a general reading, only take what resonates, leave the rest. We have 3 piles to choose from today. So for pile number 1, we have the crystal Larimar with the tarot of the Devine. For pile number 2, we have the crystal purple Agate with the Muse tarot. And then for pile number 3, we have the crystal Howlite with the Mythos tarot. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is calling out to your soul the most, and that will be your pile for today. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this Larimar crystal and the Tarot of the Devine, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at what people brag about you. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before I get started, I'd just like to say that my personal readings for the beginning week of April right now is almost fully booked. So if you'd like to book with me, you can find my email address in the description box below. So let's take a look at what cards you have. So spirit guides on my pile number 1s. Spirit guides on my pile number 1s, what people brag about them. We have the 4 of Swords showing up first. The 5 of Wands. Oh my gosh, so I'm getting a funny clairvoyant image from this 5 of Wands. I'm trying to remember what movie it was or series it was. I don't think I know the name of it, but there was a series with this guy and a girl, and she basically went to this kind of theme park or amusement park with I think her brother and a bunch of other kids that her brother was friends with. And then this other guy was like telling her something that she did not like. And then she was kind of like, yeah, my boyfriend can fight you. My boyfriend is like, he can fight you. So it doesn't have to just be boyfriend, girlfriend, but you could have, for example, younger siblings or friends that are like, don't mess with me. Pile number 1 will fight you. They will defend me. So I'm getting that. They kind of brag about you sticking up for them and being protective over them in a way, even if it's not actually fighting them, but telling them off in some type of way. I don't know what that is, but I'm seeing that. We have the 3 of Swords. Okay. We have the 2 of Pentacles. So I'm getting with this 2 of Pentacles, she's a mother with 2 children here. So you could have a mother figure kind of like brag about you, or a family member, a sibling, a mother, a father. You could have them brag about you and the things you've achieved, the things you've done, the stability you've created for yourself, how good of a kid you were, how good of a brother or sister you were. So I do see a family member bragging about you in that way. And then we have the High Priestess. So I feel like this pile is very, very intuitive and very wise. And you can read people like a book. So if you are open about spirituality and your intuition, and let's say there are some tarot readers watching this pile, people like clients could brag about you and say, you should try out this tarot reader. They're the best at what they do. And it doesn't just have to be tarot reading. I'm also getting talent, skills you've had from past lives where you're very, very good at this thing you do. This is not for everybody, but for some people watching, right? And let's say you're really good at this thing you do, and other people are like, oh my gosh, you should go to this person. They're the best at what they do. Or they brag about this kind of skill that you have. But if you don't resonate with that, I kind of see this message of you just being someone very intuitive, very wise. So it's kind of like, let's say a person is going through a situation that is quite heartbreaking or quite stressful, tense. They don't know what to do. Yeah, they don't know what decisions to make. They're kind of like, I don't know what to do. And then someone you know or someone you love is like, oh, you should go to pile number 1. You should ask them for advice because they bring the best advice. Or let's say you say to somebody like a friend, I don't trust this person's vibe. And your friend brags about your intuition like, I don't really like this person. And pile number 1 said their vibe is off. And pile number 1 is always right when it comes to their intuition. So I don't doubt it. Like, I don't trust this person either. Or I'm getting even like friends you have where a person has betrayed you or broke your heart. Then that friend will be like a ride or die friend and be like, I'm not talking to that person anymore because of what they did to pile number 1. They didn't deserve that. You know, people closest to you and people in your life brag about you being this very peaceful person, this very understanding person, right? You're so chilled and laid back that people just feel comfortable in your presence. They feel like they can be themselves around you, and people may brag about that. Um, I don't know. I'm clairvoyantly seeing somebody here smokes weed, and I don't know why I'm getting this message, but people may brag that you have the best weed. Or I'm seeing somebody here. I'm clairvoyantly seeing like a wine rack. Is that the right word to describe it? I don't know. But maybe having the best wines or alcohol or something like that. Or I'm even seeing somebody here that knows a lot of people. You can get into places like high-end bars, clubs, things like that. Maybe not even clubs, but like you can kind of get into places where nobody else goes. Somebody here, because you know a lot of people. It's like, let's say you know a manager to a restaurant and you get to eat there for free or get a reservation there even though it's fully booked. Like kind of like perks of you knowing people for some of you, not all. And people also brag about you being a good friend, like ride or die, really loyal, really protective. We have the 4 of Pentacles in the reverse at the back of the deck. So I'm getting from this card a protectiveness over those you love, since he's kind of like hovering over her. But then also you allow those you love to be free, where you're not like possessive over those you love or trying to influence their decisions or be controlling over them. I'm kind of getting that vibe, but also with 4 of Pentacles reverse, like let's say somebody is struggling. For example, somebody in your family is struggling or a friend is struggling when it comes to money, finances, their stability, and you've helped them financially in some way, or you've given them a place to stay. They may brag about you in that way of appreciating the fact that you've been so giving to them. People also brag about your intelligence, you know, like, I have a friend that is so intelligent, so smart, so wise for their age. So in the last month, only 41% of my viewers have subscribed to my channel. So if you enjoyed this video so far and you would like to stay up to date with what I post daily, hit the subscribe button to not miss out. Thank you to all my subscribers that have been here since the beginning, and thank you to the subscribers that watch my channel, that support, to whoever is supporting and watching me and just being here right now. I'm so grateful for you. So let's see. What people brag about pile number 1. I'm hearing your emotional intelligence. You're very emotionally intelligent and you know how to calm people down when they're going through stressful situations. So I'm even getting like advice you've given to others, wisdom you've given to others. They may kind of like spread that to other people. I'm just taking cards I'm drawn to. Just give me a minute. Okay, one more. There. So we do have the Page of Swords at the back of the deck. Let's see what cards you have. And I feel like with the Page of Swords at the back of the deck, whoever brags about you, whoever like they're speaking to, they become very curious about you and intrigued by you, by the things those you love say about you or people in general you know. Okay, so we have 10 of Wands. We have the Justice card. We have the World. We have the Death card. And we have the Knight of Swords. And we have some extra cards which I'll take a look at in a minute. Okay, someone here watching, specific message for somebody specific. You could dance, you could have a skill. When it comes to dancing, creativity, writing, I'm even seeing somebody here as a nail tech and people recommend you and brag about you. So, you know, like if you have a specific talent or skill, those that you know may brag about you having that talent and skill and say that you're the best that they've ever seen. I'm even seeing somebody here that's like a mother and like, or a father, or you just like cook really well and either your kids brag about your food, or other people brag about your food, like if you've ever had them eat food at your house. Okay, people may even brag about your home, like the way your home looks, that you have like the best looking home ever, the most comforting kind of home. uh you're just a vibe. I'm getting like people brag about your vibe too. I'm getting that some people you know may brag about you to people that are quite powerful in ways to help you get some kind of opportunity. So I'm clairvoyantly seeing a situation like this where let's say somebody you know is talking to somebody that, I'm trying to think of an example, that is like owning a record label, right? And let's say somebody here sings and those you love or somebody you know brags about your music skill to that person or anything of the sorts. It doesn't have to be music, but I'm seeing something like that. Interesting message with these skulls here. If you have any passed on loved ones or ancestors, I feel like this pile has ancestors that protect you heavily. Your ancestors brag about you in the spirit realm, in the spirit world. That's very cute. Like, to other spirits, to other angels, like, they brag about you. For example, I'm seeing someone's grandma here, or grandpa, or mother, like, that has passed on to the spirit world and kind of like brags about you to other ancestors or to other spirits, other angels. Just talking about your best kind of qualities and how much they loved you and the memories you share. And I definitely pick up on family members too bragging about you. Your family members will brag about like things you've done for them, your kind heart, your laid back nature, maybe certain achievements you've created with the world, certain things you're good at, you even just being a good child, a good sibling. I'm seeing something along those lines. And I'm also getting an interesting message here of people from your past that may actually brag about you. So you could have like an ex-friend, ex-lover that brags about you, that you were the best lover or best friend they've ever had. And that they miss you, because I'm hearing that song by Beyonce, I miss you like every day, wanna be with you, but you're away. With the Three of Swords, they're sad without you. They may like be telling other people either you were too good for them, there's regrets for some of you, or they just miss you and they wish that things never ended between the two of you. I'm hearing I should have not taken them for granted, like they were the best lover or best friend I've ever had. I think those specific messages may not resonate with everybody, but take it as it resonates. Somebody from your past is bragging about you and the kind of connection you had. And I feel with the world here, if you are in a romantic connection or if you had situationships, anything romantic, past connections, current connections, any kind of romantic connections, these romantic partners brag about you, brag about the kind of passion and chemistry you have, about the kind of connection you have where you two just clicked in ways and how you guys could talk about anything and just understand each other. So I do see that quite strongly, like romantic partners or situationships, current and past, that do brag about you. Yeah, a lot of people from your past brag about you. And I feel like with the Page of Swords, again, they get very curious about you, the people hearing this. They start to wonder, if I was to meet pile number one, I wonder if I would see the qualities this person is bragging about in them. I'm clairvoyantly seeing somebody brag about you being very beautiful or very handsome or very attractive and being like, this is her or this is him, showing a picture of you, and the other person being like, wow, I love that. And how you're this go-getter, how you go after your dreams and goals and you trust yourself, even if it seems like something impossible, you trust yourself and you go after it and you want to achieve something big here with the world that you're remembered for. People may brag about that, as well as how honest you are, because I feel like with justice here, you are seen as a calm, chilled, relaxed person, but you're also super honest and you have a lot of good values and intentions towards others. You're very honest, you don't sugarcoat things, even though you're kind. So people you love may say, for example, I don't know if this is considered bragging, but let's say they have another friend that you don't know, and that friend is like talking about something, and they tell that friend the truth about what they honestly think, their own opinion, and then they're like, you're being mean, blah, 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 with the Five of Wands, and then that person's like, I'm just being honest. I'm not sugarcoating things. Pile number one is the same. And they're the best friend I've ever had because they're honest with me. They don't try to lie to me. Something along those lines. Or like, I'm not the best person to ask for advice. I see somebody saying that to somebody else that you don't know. Like, I'm not the best person to ask about this, but if you want a real honest answer with no sugarcoating, go and ask pile number one, but be prepared to hear the truth. So I see that, and I see people bragging about you having good values and, good morals, things like that, being trustworthy. Because, you're one of the trustworthy people they consider a ride or die, they consider loyal, so people may brag about that. We have the Six of Pentacles, so like I said earlier, your generosity is what people brag about. I'm even seeing somebody say, I have this friend, or I had a friend that is pile number one that, did little things for me that were so sweet, or they said these things to me that were so cute, or they helped me out here where I didn't have money. Maybe helped me with a place to stay with the Five of Pentacles. Maybe when I was going through things of my own, they helped me in ways. When I had nobody and I was all alone, pile number one was there for me. I see people bragging about you like that. The Nine of Swords reverse. People brag about you being so chilled and laid back that you know how to make everybody else feel calm around you, even when they're going through really heavy things emotionally, especially anxious thoughts, worries, fears, doubts. You know how to calm those doubts. You know how to almost like get them out of fearful thinking and get them to be calm. And it doesn't necessarily have to be anything you say or do. It can be, but it's just your energy that you give out that is very calming and soothing. You feel like home and comfort to others, and that's what people brag about you. And you get them to think positively, not negatively with the sun. People brag about fun moments they've had with you with the sun, happy memories they've had with you, maybe even jokes you said, things you said to make them laugh. Okay. We have the Eight of Cups. So again, people from your past, people you've walked away from may brag about you. The Hermit. People may brag about you being private and mysterious, where that is like a sexy factor to you. So let's say you have something you're planning towards and you're private about it. You don't tell anybody. You keep your cards close to your face. You don't show anybody your cards. You have that poker face. And then at the end, people see you achieve that thing or do that thing. And it's like, whoa, I never expected that. So you're always doing things behind the scenes. And people may brag about your mystery. I'm hearing like, oh, I could never. I overshare too much. I wish I could be more like pile number one. How private and mysterious they are. I see that. And I'm hearing baddie, like she's a baddie for the woman here. Yeah, Queen of Wands, you're very, very sexy. So for the men and women and non-binary, it's like people brag about your looks, about how sexy you are, also how powerful you are and how talented you are. Then we have the Two of Swords. So people brag about choices you've made, where they think you've made really good choices for yourself. You're a really good decision maker, and it's almost like people say, I would love to be more like pile number one because they're so responsible. They make such good decisions for their life. You know, if I was stuck in a situation where I didn't know what to do, I would ask pile number one for help with me, because it's like, they just always know what decisions to make, and their decisions always lead to good outcomes. And yeah, I trust pile number one with their knowledge. I hear the word congratulations. So people may brag about your wins, the things others would congratulate you on. Yeah, so people brag about your kindness too, the things you've done for them. I'm even seeing something random, like, let's say somebody was cold and you gave them your jacket, or I don't know, just something kind you've done for somebody where they bragged about it. Even if you do charity or anything like that, or you are just very generous, people may brag about that a lot. So this is what I have for you, pile number one. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pile number twos. If you chose this purple agate crystal in the Muse Tarot, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at what people brag about you. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before we get started, I'd just like to announce that my bookings for this week, the beginning week of April, are almost fully booked. So if you'd like to book with me, book now to avoid disappointment. My email address is in the description box below. So let's get started with your reading. Spirit guides of pile number two. Spirit guides of pile. Your cards are just popping out. So it's like people are excited to talk about you. Let's see. So we do have the Queen of Cups at the back of the deck. I love this energy already. Okay, I am intuitively based off feelings, picking up on an energy of somebody that betrayed you. I just felt this intuitively, not from the cards. So somebody in your life betrayed you. This could be somebody that lied about you, spread a rumor, cheated on you, was a bad friend to you. I don't know. It could be any kind of betrayal here, right? I don't know what it is, but oh, I thought I saw the Five of Swords. Okay, anyways, and then they kind of brag about like how you were such a good friend or lover to them, or such a good family member to them, how you were always so caring, compassionate, loving to them, but they never appreciated you when they had you, and they took you for granted. Because I'm even clairvoyantly seeing that scene from The Hot Chick where she's like, I had the perfect life. I took everybody for granted. I took everything for granted. So yeah, like they kind of regret how they treated you, how they mistreated you, because you were that one person that really cared for them. And it kind of looks like a tear is flowing down her face by this Queen of Cups. You were the one person they could trust. You were that one keeper, somebody they wanted to hold on to. You were a good listener, so compassionate, caring, empathetic, and forgiving, even when they didn't deserve it. And so, yeah, they really regret that they burned that bridge with you, because there's not many people in the world that they do trust like they trusted you. So they really feel as though they messed up there. So I don't know if that's bragging, but I see that. We have the Six of Materials, Six of Pentacles. Let's just get out all your cards. Nine of Inspiration, Nine of Wands reversed. We have the Magician. We have the Ace of Inspiration, Ace of Wands reversed. We have the Knight of Emotions, Knight of Cups. We have the Five of Inspiration, Five of Wands, the Star, as well as the Empress. Okay, so I'm hearing a plane go by. Some of you may travel and people may brag about your travel experiences. Someone here may be a pilot or a flight attendant. That's just a specific message for someone, not everybody. Or if you travel a lot, or if you've traveled to different places, people may talk about that and say, you know, like, my friend or this person, like, pile number 2 traveled to this place and they told me it was amazing. I heard that you traveled there too. What was your experience like? Because they said it was like this and whatever. Like, that's something I see. Or like, let's say somebody is getting ready to travel. Somebody is getting ready to travel somewhere, but they don't know if they should go there. And then they're like, oh, you should ask pile number 2. I'll give you their number, because they're somebody that has traveled all over the world, so they would know how to answer that question. I'm seeing something like that. So I feel like people brag about your generosity with the Six of Pentacles here. People brag about how much love you've given them and how special it made them feel. You're a nurturer with the Empress here, and you're somebody with a very caring heart. You're very selfless in ways. I feel like in your life you've put others first a lot. Where you haven't even put yourself first. But I feel like recently with the Empress, you are starting to have a lot more self-love, which I'll get into in a moment. But a lot of people you love and people you know have bragged about how loving you are, how much of a nurturer you are, how much of a good listener you are, how you're always there for them, how you're so empathetic and intuitive. You know exactly what they need. You know, times you were there for them and listened to them while they were venting or crying or talking about something, you know. Times you gave people you love things or did certain things for them to show that you care. So they do brag about you in that way. And people you've given to, people you've given generously to, they brag like, oh, my pile number 2s did this for me and it was so sweet. I love them so much. You know, they're the best friend I've ever had, or the best lover I've ever had. And I'm hearing something specific. Let's say you have a friend that has another friend, and then they're like fighting with that other friend, and then they're like, pile number 2 would never treat me like this. This is so not okay. Like, I see something like that, which is kind of making me laugh. But anyways, with the Empress here, I do also see people you love bragging about your newfound self-love, how you are recently starting to love yourself more and put yourself first at times, because when you pour into you, you have more energy to give out to others, right? It prevents you from being burnt out. It prevents you from having resentment towards others. And also, it helps you set those boundaries for yourself to have that balance, right? Because Six of Pentacles can sometimes represent balance, giving and receiving. Now you've become a lot more open to your receptivity, because I feel you've always been a giver. And those you care about that care about you will say, I love that pile number 2 now has self-love. They know how to say no now. They know how to set a boundary now. They know how to stand up for themselves now with the 5 of Wands if somebody comes at them, and I'm so proud of them. So also something about your growth, where people are proud of you. They will brag about you, how you've grown in ways, how you've also healed from certain things with the star. And there are certain people that want to resolve things with you with the 5 of Wands and the star because you were so good to them and they're realizing what they lost out on. And so they may like brag about you and say, I wish I could resolve things with pile number 2s because I miss them so much. Yeah, so I see that. And then with the 9 of Wands reverse, I'm getting a specific message. I'm not sure why I'm getting this. I don't know if this is the actual tarot card meaning of the 9 of Wands reverse, but I'm getting that you know how to have or create solutions to problems and challenges. Because the 9 of Wands upright is usually about challenges. I feel like these solutions come easily to you where you just know what to do and it's very simple. Where sometimes us humans can overcomplicate things more than necessary, more than what it actually is. And your solution is usually very simple. And it makes people like, oh my gosh, like it was really that easy all along. I just didn't know the solution to this problem that pile number 2 gave me. And at first I doubted it and questioned it, like it's more complicated than this, but it was actually not that complicated. And pile number 2's advice worked. I did have a solution to my problem. So I do see some people bragging about that for you. You're such a hopeless romantic. So I definitely see exes from your past bragging about you, lovers bragging about you, situationships, current and past. And how you never gave them any problems. You only brought peace into their life. You only brought love into their life. And even when you did have conflicts with people you love, you were always the one to try to resolve things or heal things with that person. You wouldn't be that type of person that just stays mad at a person, and that's something people appreciate about you. With the Empress here and the Star, people may recognize certain talents you have, certain gifts you have, if you have any, or certain strengths you have, whether you see them in yourself or not. Also, people may brag about the potential you have because I heard a diamond in the rough, a diamond in the making. So, whatever pressure you've been under as a person, whatever challenges you've been through as a person, know that those challenges were not just there for nothing. And I'm not talking about trauma or anything you've been through like that, but challenges, life lessons, right? That is teaching you how to become the best version of yourself. Because as you know, a diamond isn't formed into a diamond from nothing. It's formed into a diamond from the pressure that's put onto it. And so all the pressure that's been put onto you is turning you into the diamond that you are. You're an artwork, but still a work in progress. And so people may brag about you in that way, maybe not in the same way I'm describing, but the essence of that is coming through. Like a potential within you, they see you reaching, or a talent within you, they see you reaching, how you're going to grow. Because you've already grown a lot within this lifetime, you've already healed a lot and created a lot for yourself. So imagine where you're going to grow in the future. People also may brag about your beauty because the Empress is this Venusian energy and the star. You shine bright. It's like you have that star quality to you, that star factor to you, where you just shine like a star. You're noticed and recognized by others for all your beautiful qualities, not just your beauty, but all your beautiful qualities. And so people may brag that you have an outer beauty or handsomeness, but also an inner beauty. Like the clothes you wear, your fashion style. Like people may say, oh, pile number 2 has the best fashion style ever. I love their fashion style. Or I really like how they did their makeup, or anything of the sorts to do with beauty. I see that. I'm also seeing with the Empress something to do with your abundance, even if you're not there yet where you want to be, even if you sometimes go through challenges when it comes to your finances. I do see that ending. And I do see you being very abundant in this lifetime. So if you're not there yet, maybe I'm tapping into a future energy for you. For spirit to give you hope, right? Because when we read into tarot, we're not just looking at the present moment, like past, present, future exists all at the same time. And so I could be picking up on a future energy if you're not there yet, of what people are going to brag about in the future, how you went from being through challenges in money to being so abundant with the Empress, to having luxury, living a soft life after working so hard, and being recognized after giving you all. I'm hearing started from the bottom, now we're here. Love that. So in the last month, only 41% of my viewers have subscribed to my channel. So if you enjoyed this video so far and would like to stay up to date with what I post daily, hit the subscribe button to not miss out. Thank you to all my subscribers that have been supporting me since the beginning. Your support means the world to me. And I'm so grateful to anybody that's watching right now. Your presence, you just being here, makes my whole day. So thank you. Okay, let's see. So we do have the Knight of Materials, Knight of Pentacles at the back of the deck. So this is about your consistency when it comes to those you love. You're not like hot and cold. You're not like that at all. When it comes to you, your love is consistent, but also when it comes to your goals, the things you wish for, you're consistent, even on days where you don't feel like doing it. With the Five of Wands, when we're kind of like having this kind of tug and pull with ourselves where it's like, I'm lazy to go to the gym, but you still go and do it anyway and show up anyway. And your dedication is something people compliment and admire behind your back. People brag about that, like, almost to motivate others when they're not motivated, with the Ace of Wands reverse. So say for instance, let's say a person is trying to get fit and you're really fit. This is just an example, doesn't have to resonate. But take it as per anything in your life. It can relate to anything. So let's say this person is trying to get fit and a friend says to them, why aren't you working out today? You know, I thought you said you were going to work out. In the past 3 days, you've been slacking. You haven't been going to the gym with me. We said we would be gym buddies and I would hold you accountable. You know, pile number 2, they are someone really fit. They also have days where they still feel like they don't want to get up in the mornings and do it, but they show up anyways. So come on, get up. If they can do it, you can do it. I see something like that where people give tough love and compare you to them, but not in a bad way, but just to give them a bit of motivation and inspiration. So when people are uninspired, they may use you as some kind of form of motivation or inspiration for whatever you've created for yourself. With the Magician, how you've dedicated yourself to something, even when you didn't feel like it on days. Okay? We have the Moon. So people may brag about your emotional nature, how deep you are, how much of a caring person you are. And this pile is also very connected to your intuition. Even with a purple crystal, like you're very intuitive. People may brag about how intuitive you are. Even when there are no physical signs of your intuition being right, where somebody doesn't believe your intuition, somehow it always ends up proving them wrong. Somehow you're always right, even when it doesn't seem so. Very interesting. We have the Queen of Inspiration, the Queen of Wands. So people may brag about your newfound confidence, how you've recently started to have more self-love, to put yourself first, to know your worth when it comes to your relationships, as well as the things you want in life, right? To know that you're worthy and deserving of the things you want, and to not feel like you have to hold yourself back out of fear of judgment of whatever anybody else is saying, to not feel like you have to make yourself small to fit in, because you're somebody that shines bright. And as a result of that, a lot of people have been jealous of you with the Five of Wands. But it's like people may brag about that. So it's like people may brag that, okay, pile number 2, they shine so bright and they don't dim their light for anybody. You know, they shine bright in their own unique way. And even when people are jealous of them or, you know, treating them some type of way, they don't let it get to them. So people may brag about that for you. How creative you are, how motivating you are, and how inspiring you are. People may also brag about your courage, how even when you feel fear to do something, you still go ahead and do it anyway, because you know it's good for you at the end of the day. And also how you're able to get through challenges and adversity. So that is definitely something I see strongly, where they use it to motivate others that are going through things in life, like pile number 2 healed from this. They got through this challenge. They're extremely strong. And I see the same in you. So I see people using you as a motivational tool in some way, which is interesting because you chose the Muse Tarot. So you're like a muse to others. As well as your boldness, like you're bold, you stand out, even when it comes to your self-expression. And again, your creativity, things you're talented at, things you're good at. Success with the 6 of Wands. So if you're not here yet, again, I could be picking up on a future energy where you get recognized for what you're doing, for the hard work you're putting in, and you're going to have that success and living more of a soft life as a result of the work you're putting in now with the 8 of Inspiration, 8 of Wands. Even if it seems slow with the snails, it's going to happen faster than you think, this transformation, if it hasn't happened yet. And if it is already happening, then this is going to create a domino effect to more success within your life, to more inspiration within your life. We have the Lovers. So, like I said earlier, this is confirmation. Past lovers, current lovers, situationships may brag about you being the best type of lover, being hot, sexy, beautiful, handsome, but also being a good partner that they can trust. We have the Queen of Materials, Queen of Pentacles. Again, you reaching a state of financial abundance. I mean, we have the Empress, which is financial abundance, Queen of Pentacles, again, financial abundance and prosperity, and a 6 of Wands, which is success. I can't make this up. So with the Queen of Pentacles here, people also brag about you being very humble, how you're confident in yourself, but you're not egotistical. You don't think you're better than others, and people really admire that quality within you. We have the 8 of Emotions, 8 of Cups. So your ability to walk away from things that don't serve you. And this has been happening recently. For some of you, you've always been like this. We have the 3 of Materials, 3 of Pentacles. So I feel like some of your co-workers may brag about you, or people you've collaborated with, clients, etc., or friends. We have the 2 of Voices, 2 of Swords reversed. Okay, 2 of Swords reverse, I'm getting like when people don't know what to do, they give advice that you've always followed. They may not say it comes from you, but they give advice that you've always followed. Like, what is your intuition telling you, almost? Because you're somebody that always trusts your intuition, follows your intuition, even if it may not make sense in the moment. And then I feel people around you saying to other people, when they don't know what to do, when they're feeling indecisive, they should trust their gut feelings. We have the 6 of Emotions, 6 of Cups, so past people may brag about you, 8 of Voices, 8 of Swords, yet they don't have access to you anymore, so they regret that. We have 2 of Inspiration, 2 of Wands. I feel like as I'm looking at this picture, they're looking through this, right? Staring at some kind of view. So I feel strangers may brag about you in a way and be like, oh my gosh, look at that person over there. They're so beautiful, or I love their outfit, or something along those lines. Or I'm even seeing on social media, like let's say you post a picture and a stranger sees it and they show their friend and they're like, this person's so beautiful, they're so gorgeous. Like, do you see it? The Hanged Muse. and the Seven of Emotions, Seven of Cups. So I get from this pile, you're a dreamer, right? You're a dreamer, and you believe in the impossible. You believe that you can achieve anything. And due to this kind of headstrong nature you have, how you're able to dream big and shoot for the stars and not give up on your goals, even if it takes time and patience and waiting with the Hanged Muse, you're prepared to continuously go towards it until the results come your way. And that is something people brag about. Especially, I get with this pile, like I said before, people use you as an inspiration to others. So, especially when another person, let's say they have some kind of big dream that they may think they can never achieve, then they're like, I know this person, pile number 2, they had this big dream and people told them it was impossible, but they did it anyway and they proved people wrong. So like I see an image of that clairvoyantly from this energy. I also feel with the Hanged Muse, people may brag about your patience as well as your wisdom, how wise you are. So this is what I have for you, pile number 2. Wonderful reading. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you'd like to book, please don't forget to find my email address in the description box below. And then thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pile number 3s. If you chose this Howlite crystal and the Mythos tarot, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at what people brag about you. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before we get started, I'd just like to announce that this week's personal readings are almost fully booked. I'm only doing readings this week, so if you'd like to book with me, you can find my email address in the description box below. And yeah, book to avoid disappointment. So firstly, with the Howlite crystal, I feel like people brag about you being such a pure soul. Yeah, it's like you're this angel in human form, like with the angel wings here. And I'm getting that also people may brag about the way you smell, that you always smell good. Because as I got to your to your pile, I smelled a nice perfume smell. So I don't know if you're always like wearing nice perfumes or if you have a specific signature scent, but they're always bragging about how pile number 3 always smells good. So I'm seeing that. Spirit guides of pile number 3s. Spirit guides of pile number 3s. What people brag about pile 3? We have the Empress. So firstly, people may brag about your physical beauty because the Empress is a very beautiful woman, or even if you're a man or non-binary, you could just still be seen as very conventionally attractive in ways because this is Venusian energy, right? And Venus is the planet of beauty, love, romance, things like that. So I feel like people brag about your beauty, the way that you look, how you always smell good. They may show pictures of you and be like, oh my gosh, this person's so beautiful or so handsome. Maybe even when it comes to love, like exes or current lovers, current situationships, anything of the sort, they may brag about you being the most beautiful person they were with or are with, and also having the most beautiful heart. Because the Empress is in touch with her heart, in tune with her heart. She is a very nurturing individual. So people could brag about you being so nurturing, you having such a beautiful heart and inner beauty within you. People also brag about you being somebody that goes with the flow, that kind of just feels comfortable to be around. You may have this very motherly or fatherly energy to you, or people may see you as a good father or mother if you do have kids, or if you do want kids, people could see you being a good mother or father. And I'm also getting people just feel comfortable around you. People feel at ease around you. So they may brag about the kind of feelings they get from you. Like they just feel like they can be themselves around you. There's no judgment. There's no expectations. And they just feel comfort around you. Like you feel like a nice hot chocolate on a cold day. if I had to describe that comforting feeling and vibe you have. We have the Ace of Wands, so again, your sexiness, firstly, but also I feel like, okay, weird message I'm getting. Sorry, pile number 3, please don't shoot the messenger, but I'm seeing it, so I'm just gonna honor the message, but I'll warn you in advance. Okay, anyways, I see some people that have been with you intimately may brag about the fact that they've been with you because you're so sexy. And I don't feel like it's very easy to get with you. That's what I feel intuitively. So they may brag about that. With the Ace of Wands, people may also brag about your creativity. Because the Ace of Wands and the Empress reminds me of creativity. The Empress creates a baby in her stomach, right? She's that motherly energy. But the Ace of Wands is also that creativity, that spark, that inspiration. So people may brag about you being very creative or having a lot of creative ideas in some way. And they may brag about you being inspiring to others, about you always being inspired about whatever it is your heart desires, and people in your life, your hobbies, the things you're passionate about. You always have passion, drive, and motivation to do this. And it's very inspiring to others, where others may brag about this, okay? We have the High Priestess. We have the Wheel of Fortune. And we have the Star. So I'm hearing do good. So people may brag about the good things you've done. Gifts you've given them, random message, but I see that. Gifts you've given them, how you shine like a star, how you're so talented at the things you do, the certain strengths and talents you have, even if you do not see that within yourself. Others see that and brag about that. They recognize your talents, they recognize you and whatever it is you're good at. And people may brag about something you do that you're talented at. Some of you may be intuitive with the High Priestess, but it doesn't have to be. I just see some kind of talent or strength, right? And it's something you've done in past lives. That's what I basically intuitively feel with the High Priestess. That's not the card meaning, but I intuitively feel that. And you're destined to do this in this lifetime. And it has to do with something you're passionate about with the Ace of Wands. So it could be different for all of you, but I do see that. We do have the Five of Swords, the Four of Wands, the Queen of Cups. If you are drawn to pile 2, I highly suggest watching it because I actually see very similar cards between pile 2 and 3. We have the Tower, the Three of Pentacles. I just feel these 3 cards, extra cards for now. So in the last month, only 41% of my viewers have subscribed to my channel. So if you enjoy this video so far and would like to stay up to date with what I post daily, hit the subscribe button to not miss out. Thank you to all my subscribers that have been here since the beginning. I'm so grateful for you, and I'm so grateful to anybody that watches my channel, that supports. Yeah, so we have Page of Cups at the back of the deck. So I'll add the extra cards in a second. Let's just analyze these ones first. So I keep getting the word gifted, talented. The High Priestess could be some kind of spiritual gift you have. And spiritual gifts don't just have to be intuition or healing gifts. They can be, you know, in my experience of doing personal readings for people, I've seen people with spiritual gifts where they can have a spiritual gift of, for example, painting, creativity, music, where they are meant to be doing that thing. That is their spiritual gift in this lifetime. They can heal people with that gift. Okay, and people may not know that all over the world, but that's what I see here. So you're gifted at something, talented at something that you're meant to be sharing with the world. People see that. It can literally be anything at all. But you shine at what you do. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, everything else I see here. Hmm. You're a big dreamer with the Page of Cups. You have big dreams. You're somebody that thinks outside of the box. And you're somebody that is very innovative, I hear, very unique. You have lots of great ideas that I feel come from the higher realms. And I feel like people may brag about how much of a big dreamer you are, how you shoot for the stars, how unique you are, how special you are to them, and how powerful you are as well. I feel like you're that type of person that can shake things up, right? Almost like change things in the world with whatever it is you do, with you just being you. Again, with the Queen of Cups, people brag about your heart, how compassionate you are, how empathetic you are. You just intuitively know what people need. Maybe somebody here is a caregiver, because I just heard caregiver. Maybe you've taken care of your parents or your siblings, younger siblings, or my dog keeps barking outside. Maybe you take care of pets or animals for some of you. So people may brag about how good you take care of those you love, or animals or pets. Or maybe you actually are a caregiver, I don't know, for your job, for somebody here. I feel like people brag about just knowing you. That's gonna sound really weird, but people brag about just knowing you. Because I feel like some people, and a lot of people, not some people, see the star quality within you. And they see you reaching a point of recognition worldwide. I'm hearing worldwide for whatever it is you're gifted and talented at. So people may brag about just knowing you. Like, oh my gosh, I know pile number 3. They're a painter and their art is so amazing. I believe they are going to have some kind of success from this, and I believe the whole world is going to buy their art. I feel something along those lines. Like I went to school with pile number 3, and they're so good at what they do. They're so talented. Meanwhile, that person wasn't even friends with you, but they brag about knowing you. And like, if this pile was to reach fame with a star, I'm not just saying this, but the star here makes me think of fame, being seen, being in the spotlight for whatever it is you're gifted at or talented at. I definitely see people, bragging about just knowing you. Just bragging that they knew the star, the celebrity. Even people you've cut off, people that were strangers that you never even really knew well. I'm even getting a weird message. Like people that bullied you, people that betrayed you, people that didn't really care about you, they're gonna be bragging about just knowing you. With the Four of Wands, people may also brag about fun times they've had with you, fun memories they've had. Like, let's say somebody went out with you to an event, and I feel like life of the party energy with the Four of Wands, and they're like, oh my gosh, I had such a fun time with pile number 3 this weekend. We went to this place, and pile number 3 always brings good vibes and fun times. There's always laughter, there's always good times, good memories. So people may brag about that, maybe even experiences where they've traveled with you, because I'm seeing travel, or just fun things they've done with you, like even going shopping, anything of the sorts, even parties, events. Maybe you're somebody that throws parties at your home. If you've ever thrown parties at your home, people may say that you had the best party ever, because I'm clairvoyantly seeing that movie. What was it? It's on the tip of my tongue. Project 21, isn't it? I think so. So I'm seeing that, and I'm getting a weird message going back to dogs. This is really cute. I'm seeing like if your dog or cat or pet could speak, they would tell other pets how good of a human you are to them. That's so cute. Like they're my human. I love that. What else? Okay, people that have betrayed you, broken your trust, caused you some kind of chaos in your life with the tower, people you no longer want in your life, people you've cut off. Other people may brag about the fact that you cut them off. Like, I'm so glad pile number 3 finally cut that person off. That person was not good for pile number 3, and I know it. That person didn't treat pile number 3 right. I'm so good. I'm so glad they stood up for themselves. So I'm hearing that from spirit. In terms of like what people are bragging about you, but then these people may also brag about you. It's not really bragging, to be honest, but it's more so regrets. If this hasn't happened yet, then they may do that later in the future. Let's see the rest of your cards. Okay, I'm getting a weird message. Somebody may brag about you being their soulmate, whether that be a platonic soulmate or romantic soulmate. A person that's either in your life or not in your life. We have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is about wish fulfillment. And since it's on top of the Empress and the Queen of Cups, people you love may brag that you're the best kind of person they've ever met. That you are exactly the type of person they've always wanted in their life. That you check all the boxes. So for example, let's say a friend says this about you and says, I've always wished for a friend like pile number 3, and somehow I met them, and I feel like I was meant to meet them because I've always wanted a person like them in my life, and I'm so grateful for them. So I see that with the Nine of Cups, this could also relate to the things you wish for, the things you want to achieve and go after, the things you're working towards with the Seven of Pentacles, and people may brag about you winning at life, you celebrating these things you wish for. There are some that are jealous that wish for your downfall, but that's not going to happen because you're very spiritually protected by the divine, by your angels. I feel a lot of angelic presence around this pile with this white crystal. Yeah, a lot about your beauty and your glamorousness is coming through, but then, like, although you may have people that do feel jealous of you, you also have people that wish for your kind of like upliftment, for your success, for your celebrations. So I'm seeing that with the Devil card, the jealousy, and it's on top of the star. So it's like they're only jealous because they see the star quality within you. Then we have the Ten of Cups. So the relationships in your life, the people closest to your heart, brag about you definitely, the world, even people you've had endings with, definitely. People brag about you being such a peaceful soul. You brought a lot of peace into their life. Five of Cups makes me think of past people that are disappointed that you're no longer in their life. Then we have Death. We have the Eight of Pentacles with Chiron. So people may brag that you healed something within yourself, some kind of pain within yourself. With the Hermit, you went on an internal journey where you found yourself, where you started to look within, where you started to gain realizations about the pain you were experiencing, right? Because Chiron is the wounded healer, and with the butterflies here, you definitely went through a transformation. Look at the butterflies, and death is about rebirth, death and rebirth. Like, it doesn't represent physical death, but an ending, a transformation, a change we've done on ourselves through you healing yourself, through you working on yourself. And people that you love are very proud of you for doing that and may brag about that. We have the King of Wands. We have the Page of Swords. We have the Two of Pentacles. The Knight of Cups. The Queen of Wands. The Four of Swords. And the Ten of Wands. Okay, so again, Queen of Wands, your beauty, that keeps coming up in this reading. But also how you bring hope to others. Do you see the angel wing here? So you're definitely talked about as an earth angel, as a pure soul, but you also bring hope to others when they're going through the most, because Iris is the personification of rainbows, right? And the rainbow usually reminds me of hope, inspiration. So people will talk about you in a way where they're trying to uplift the other person and bring them hope when they're going through hardships. And people may also talk about you bringing them hope when they're going through the most. how you healed yourself and how you've overcome darkness and pain within your own life makes them inspired and hopeful to overcome things within their own life. King of Wands here makes me feel like people praise you behind your back for your passion. You have certain leadership qualities and skills that people see in you. You may be seen as a trendsetter. Like when you wear something, other people want to do that too. People may mimic you, but some people it's out of a place of jealousy, wanting to be like you. Some people it's out of a place of loving you, and then they mimic you so much. And then they almost talk about you as if you're like an idol to them, you know? Knight of Cups, your heart, your hopeless romantic energy. Queen of Wands, your own power. Feel like you're very powerful and magnetic, confident in yourself, or at least your confidence in self has grown if you've not always been that way. So people may compliment that and praise that behind your back, brag about that behind your back. Pile number 3 is so confident. I'm so proud of them. How chilled and laid back you are with the 4 swords. You feel like comfort to others, as I said in the beginning. And you help others feel okay and stable, like even when they're not. And with the Page of Swords, I'm kind of getting a weird message, but sometimes you're like busy with your own life. You're doing the things you need to do, but then you have some friends where this is a specific message for somebody where you don't have to talk all the time to have that closeness. But then when you do catch up, it's like there hasn't been any time apart. You're mysterious when they're not speaking to you. They don't know what's going on in your life. But somehow when you come together, you're always clicking. They even know, like, even if I don't speak to Pile 3-4 months, if I call them right now and I need something, I need help with something, I know they're going to answer. I can rely on them. So people may brag about your reliability and how you're able to keep that bond going, even if there has been time apart between the two of you. So this is what I have for you, pile number 3. Beautiful reading. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you'd like to book, please don't forget to check out my email address in the description box below. And then I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.